Hey folks, got another modded game, got some new mechs in the mix, got a nice heavy enemy force to play against, so it should be quite difficult. I've been getting a lot of recommendations from mechs, but a lot of them are all very much close combat mechs, long range mechs. And having a team of 4 like snipers isn't the most exciting thing to watch, so I've kind of split it up a little. I've taken 2 of the longer range mechs and then some closer range mechs, just to try and make things a bit more interesting, and I made sure that the enemy are pretty difficult, so hopefully this is a more challenging game. So I've got Argus Cause 1 in a Gossback, which is, I think he gave the designation of the Hunchback as a 2CS4C, which is a custom mech from a campaign, I think, and it's got a Gauss rifle and a large laser. We've got Wolfback in a Cataphract with 3 AC-10s. In order to get that to work, I had to downgrade the engine a little bit and take a lot less ammo than I'd really like to, so although it's really powerful, it runs out of ammo really quickly. Those are kind of like my long range, although the Cataphract's not really long range, it's long range enough. So I've brought along the stock fire starter, because I don't think I gave it a good enough demonstration last time, and it really is a crazy mech. And I tried to make a 4SP Hunchback, which is one of my favorite mechs again. I played it a ton in MechWarrior Online before I started to hate the game. And unfortunately, whoops, as you can see, I can't zoom out, unfortunately, there we go. Whilst it's rendered correctly, the 4SP has an SRM6 on each shoulder. It's correctly rendered the SRM6 on this shoulder, but not on this shoulder. However, it still fires as normal, and it's quite a good robot, just runs a bit hot. So I'm going to take off the debug camera, and we're going to start playing. Whoa, where have I gone? Debug camera is a bit buggy. So we're back on Stacks, which is the first map I uploaded a video for, at night this time. I think what we're going to do is... I've had a game where I flanked up here that was really interesting, but it took a bit of a while to start. So we're going to flank right, and we're just going to keep moving right for now, and try and just bring ourselves towards the water. And we'll go from there. I just have to make sure I don't get my Hunchbacks mixed up, because it's really easy to get the Gossback and the 4SP confused. So there is a patch coming. They said maybe next week, but more likely it's probably going to be 2 weeks plus, just without other things have gone with timescales. No problem with that. The guys need to take the time they need to do to get stuff finished. So when that happens, I'm not going to look at releasing all my mods and stuff until that comes out, because
what do we have here?
there's a good chance none of that will actually be viable when that happens. It may just not work anymore. Excuse me for 1 second, I'm just going to cough.
We have company.
Okay, hopefully that didn't come through on the recording, otherwise I'll have to re-record this. But let's have a look at what we've got. So what we can see from here is we've got a 55-ton mech, a 50-ton mech, and 2 more mechs coming at us down the road. So what we want to do is get in some positions where we can take advantage of them. Now, at the moment everyone has evasive, so I'm going to do my usual, which is reserve. And that forces the enemy to either reserve or move up on me, and unfortunately the AI doesn't ever reserve, so I can just force the AI to make moves. So we can see they've got a Commando 2D, which is a pretty scary robot. It's doing a lot more work than I really originally expected to. And they've got a Shadowhawk, and this is a returning favorite Shadowhawk. It's such a good mech that I decided to make it an enemy mech. It's the AC-10, although it hasn't rendered properly. Maybe this is the wrong one. This is the SRM6 one. Oh well, I thought I'd put the AC-10 one in. It's still a scary robot with all those SRMs. The AI's done its own thing, giving him evasive. Let's just keep reserving and see what else we've got for the enemy. So we've got another 50-ton mech here. Can't see what it is, but we do have LRMs coming in, so if we think about lots of LRMs, 50 tons, it's a trebuchet.
Is that the best you can do?
And let's just reserve one more time and force this assault mech, whatever it is, to go. So it's got LRMs as well. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but try and think of what assault mechs have LRMs. So, we've got Unsteady on our Hunchback. We've got a Shadowhawk in the open next to us. We've got a good area towards the water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the fire starter somewhere like here. It's a bit out of the way. I don't want to get it involved in combat. You know what? The fire starter is nuts. I was going to sense lock with it. Let's just see how insane it is. Let's be aggressive.
Confirm. This may hurt.
Of course, he may miss with a lot of these flamethrower shots. But look at the heat, he's just knocked up. So now the Shadowhawk's a little bit limited in what it can do. It's not quite unsteady though. You haven't got precision shot, no. Let's get the catapult to get into a decent position where it's out of line of sight of the other stuff. And hopefully make the Shadowhawk unsteady. unfortunately missed with all the shots. Probably should have just sensor locked, but I'm trying to do...
When we get back,
I don't know.
someone
It was...
check my
Yeah, I
gun.
should have just sensor locked. Oh well. Let's get the SP to move up, because if it hits with some of its missiles, it'll make him unsteady as well. The nice thing about the SP, although there's other mechs that, you know, carry SRMs in the medium category, because of the original Hunchback 4P's really heavy armor, the SP inherits that heavy armor, and I think it's a really good mech. However, as you can see from this, alpha striking with it makes it very, very hot. Because of the low chance at hitting, I'm actually just going to fire the missiles.
Gotcha.
So we got a few hits. Hopefully that's made it unsteady. It has. Now it's lost evasive. So what we can do is we can... I want to reverse the Gauss backwards, because it doesn't need to be too close to use that Gauss rifle. And the Hunchback looks pretty funny when it reverses. And we're just going to take the shots.
Here you go, moron.
So that's a lot of damage, and it's running really hot. So because I reserved, I get to take an action with my fire starter. Now the commando's going to move up and probably shoot at it, but then I can just sprint away out of danger. In fact, he just reversed. So what I'm going to do is, I could attack it and like try and finish it off, but instead I'm going to sprint. Let's sprint back here, out of the way.
Full speed ahead.
What's going to happen is the Shadowhawk's action is going to be limited just because of how hot it is already. It's probably only going to fire maybe one missile. In fact, not going to fire at all, and it's going to die this turn if I have anything to say about it.
Waiting for orders.
Now, I don't actually want to engage in close combat, but I do want to move up. Unfortunately, it's braced, which means these attacks aren't going to do too much damage. But let's just see what we've got. I'm not too worried about heat, because we didn't carry any heat over from last turn. It's got a center torso strip. Let's just try and take it out. Okay. Got some crits. We made it unsteady, I believe.
Reporting.
No, one more attack to make it unsteady. Yeah, made it unsteady. Doesn't affect brace, though. Doesn't affect guarded, sorry. Trebuchet's firing again. Firestarter's dodging most of it. Wolf is still the same pilot as when he was in the Locust in the last video, which means he's high piloting, low gunnery with evasion, which makes him an interesting choice for a Cataphract. But I didn't want to change it. I wanted to keep a little bit of continuity. And something I was thinking of for when the next patch comes out, when I start bringing pilots in, like custom pilots, suggestions from viewers and stuff, I'll bring them in with really low stats, and if they survive the mission, so if they don't die, if their mech doesn't get destroyed in the mission, if they survive to the end, they get to level up, and then otherwise we bring in new people to replace those that died. Just to like, add a little bit of fun to things. And I might start playing through some of the scenarios that people have been posting as well. But what I'm really hoping is when the patch comes out, we get some more robots into the beta as well. I didn't really need to move forward now that I think about it. I keep thinking of the Hunchback as a Hunchback, but it's fine. Not quite dead yet. We'll get the catapult to finish him off.
How might I help? Of course. Firing.
Still not dead. Hopefully the Firestarter can just finish it off next turn. Did get the knockdown though. Means its accuracy is going to be down in the toilet for next turn. Also means it's not giving line of sight to all the other mechs, which means we don't have to worry about... Oh, someone has sights on us. Oh, he may be able to see the Hunchback because he's standing right next to him. I think you still have line of sight on somebody right next to you when you're knocked down.
Damage. Holding firm.
Sorry, I've got a little bit of a cough, so I keep muting my mic. I hope it's not coming through. Okay, let's have a look at what we're going to do here. Do I want to move the Firestarter up and take a shot to try and finish this guy off? Or do I want to reserve him till later in the turn? I think I want to reserve him to maintain that evasion I picked up last turn. Is this Shadow Wave actually going to take a shot this game? The Shadow Wave? This Shadowhawk. Yes, it did. Okay.
Okay, that was a hard hit.
One thing that isn't in the game at the moment that has the devs have confirmed at a Q&A last Friday is that piloting skill will increase your threshold for unsteady. And that's going to make a big difference to the mechs getting knocked down all the time. High pilots is going to be really important because it means you can stay standing long enough, and it gives you a bigger window to use the brace action to clear that unsteadiness. Let's get this Hunchback standing back up again before the trebuchet launches 1,000,000 missiles at it. And what we'll do is, I'm not going to reverse it just because it takes so long, but we'll do this. Oh, I think I may have just messed up. Yeah, we did. That's okay, we'll just brace. You've had low accuracy that turn anyway. Evasion is just so good.
Wow, their targeting skills are not impressive.
But he has lost. He has become unsteady, which is a problem.
Commander?
Do you think you can kill him with a melee attack? Yeah, I'll cool you down, and if not, the cataphract can finish it off. There we go. That's a whole ton of heat sunk, which is great. You've lost evasive. The thing is if I move you up, you're going to get shot at by the Atlas. I think I can deal with that. Oh, I just gave away what the assault mech is. Well, it's pretty obvious. It's an Atlas. There we go. That's what the Firestarter does. That trebuchet's just lost its next entire turn, because all it can do is turn back on again. That's why the Firestarter is really scary. All the robots I've shot at so far have lots of heat sinks. Obviously the trebuchet hasn't got enough, plus it fired that turn. It's his turn again. Oh no, it's Wolfen's turn. Sorry. I want to get you to shoot at the commando, I think, because we don't have to worry about the trebuchet anymore. It's out of the game. It's like the Firestarter is just going to keep it locked out forever. 50% shots. I actually think it's more fun having like low skill pilots, because then your numbers are just incredibly huge, and you think about using other weapons a lot more. The other thing that's happened is because I've shut down the trebuchet, he's not giving line of sight, which means the Atlas couldn't see the Firestarter to shoot at it. So you are going to make a close combat attack on this guy. Go there or there. We'll just do it from there.
Have no doubt, it will be done.
Firestarter could also do death from above attacks. Majorly overheated him. I don't think he's even gonna. I think he's definitely gonna take damage when he comes back online this turn. Excuse me.
I've been wounded.
There's our problem though. Firestarter doesn't have a lot of armor. Oh, and it just got knocked over. That's not good. Maybe should have reserved it, because the trebuchet's not going anywhere. Yeah, that'd have been clever. Okay, let's get the Goss back to see if we can get a shot. And get a shot from there. That's it, really. Now, this is more craziness that the Firestarter enables. I can try and head cap the trebuchet with the Gauss rifle. So let's just go for a headshot.
Oh, you want some of this?
There's a headshot. It's almost dead. I'll get the cataphract maybe to just finish it off. I do like the trebuchet a lot, even though it has been destroyed here. So he's turned it back on, taken tons of damage, and instantly shut back down again. There's only 2 Firestarter attacks that's done that.
Standing by.
Let's get you to move up. You can't attack anything this turn, so I'm going to get you to sprint out of line of sight.
Full speed. No
Here's our
touch.
problem with the AI. It's decided to put a sniper roll on the Atlas. 100-ton assault, one of the heaviest in the game, especially right now. Most armor, heaviest armament. Nah, I'm going to sit back and use LRMs. If the AI understood how to use something like multi-shot, so it could march forward, fire its LRMs, engage someone in close combat with the AC-20, it would be a lot scarier.
What's the plan?
I'm going to try and finish this trebuchet off with Wolf in here.
Certainly.
Give him an inspiration and just point at the head.
I'm going to enjoy pummeling you. Unloading a full salvo.
None of those hit the head, unfortunately. But the Firestarter should be able to deal with it next turn, if it's still alive. Just the Atlas left. Yeah, like, the actual force I'm up against is quite scary, but the way the AI is playing it, and the fact that the fire starter is ridiculous, means that it's actually not as scary as it might normally be. Well, it's no way, at the moment, I'm crushing it.
Let's go.
Now, when it's knocked down, melee attack normally targets the center torso. And it's dead.
That would be a kill.
Firestarter is very good. He did it, however, lose his entire right-hand side there.
That felt like it hit my spleen.
What did he lose? He lost 1 MG, 1 flamer, and 1 medium laser.
Gotcha.
I just accidentally hit reserve, but that's okay.
Reporting.
That means that the Cataphract can move up and get the opening salvo on the commando. Light mechs cannot sit in the open like he has been and how I have been. However, I think my Firestarter keeping the Trebuchet out of the game for 2 turns straight before it got destroyed was worth it. Let's get you to move up and just unload into this guy in a position where the Atlas can't see you. I think that's blocking line of sight. I think I'm just going to get you to Alpha Strike. Kill it. There we go.
That's a kill.
If you haven't guessed yet, I like missiles and ballistic weapons, not so much on the energy weapons. The PPC is a weapon I think I could like, but at the moment, doesn't do enough. I like close combat engagements as well, more than long-range engagements.
Right here.
Have you got a shot anywhere? You do from here. Excellent.
Aye, aye.
So I've got 4 mechs still. Let's see if we can finish this without any deaths. Let's take the Inspire shot.
That's it. Now it's showtime.
Probably a waste, actually. Should have given that to the AC-10s.
Yes, Commander.
Now, you notice this is an evasive pilot. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy out of line of sight. And then we'll sensor lock it. And when the Atlas comes in,
My mech is limping.
we're going to move in and just try and keep it shut down with the flamers. Something I've noticed in the files that gets me excited, there's something called a hotshot flamer, and it might be a manufacturer, like their product is called the hotshot flamer, but what I'm really hoping is it's a single-use flamer you can equip on mechs to either kill like light vehicles or just use to heat people up. If that's a thing, I'm so excited for it. I'll be using them extensively. Let's try and get as much fire on him as we can. Let's get the Hunchback to move up. There's no real point in trying to be sneaky. Let's get it into the side so it can hopefully start shooting at the rear of it. And we'll probably just fire the missiles this turn. I forgot Scrubwave had evasive. Yeah, he's the only evasive mech I've got on my team, actually. No, Wolfen has it too.
Taking the shot.
No, he does. He's got body shot. Has he? I'll check in a second. I don't think I can check from here. Yeah, he's got evasive as well. So I don't like to give myself more than 1 evasive pilot. I should have caught that before. That might be part of why this is proving to be a lot easier than it should be. Because whilst I can deal with evasive quite easily, the AI has no idea how to deal with it.
Okay, I'm on it.
Has anyone noticed that the music stopped, by the way? This just happens sometimes.
What's the plan? Moving out.
Close combat? Yeah. Ouch. I guess that is one way the AI does deal with evasive, is it will just run up and punch you. Okay, you, he's unsteady. You've got some shots with your laser. Just move up and shoot at him. I like the fizzing electronics and the sparks and stuff. I think it looks really good.
Target acquired and locked in.
Good shot. Nice work, Bird Warrior.
How can I miss?
Right here.
Let's get the Hunchback in position.
Yes, Commander.
As you know, I'm a big
Location
fan of the rear
confirmed.
shots. Someone has modded in what I was talking about last time with the rear shot table, including the arms and the legs. Pretty much impossible to strip a mech now. If with that it built in, it just doesn't work. Let's turn off. Small laser doesn't matter. Let's turn off a medium laser. I don't care about overheating. Let's go.
Target locked on enemy spheres. My heat gauge is pretty high.
That's a big complaint of mine as well. I've mentioned it before, but I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it. It's probably a nice-to-have feature rather than a need-to-have feature.
Something I can do.
However, we might be able to get the head cap here. I'm going to move forward to get an accuracy boost.
I'm on it.
Hit the torso. Ooh, but we crit the AC-20.
That's
That
a
means it's
critical
jammed
hit.
this turn, I believe. Let's get the cataphract to hopefully finish
You
this
have
off.
orders? As you wish.
Nah, just got the right torso. So the Atlas
You're no
never
match for me.
got to fire its AC-20. Ouch. There goes the large laser.
Awaiting orders.
I really wanted him to get involved here. That's a shame. Let's reserve him.
Holding for an advantage.
Yeah,
Oh, he lost his gas ammo because it was in the left torso.
I'm there. You.
Hunchback does impressive melee damage as well. 80's a lot for a medium mech. Like, the cataphract does 90 and it's a heavy.
I'm here.
I don't really want... Let's just close combat attack it.
Order acknowledged.
I mean, nobody's disputing that the Atlas can take a beating.
A critical hit.
But the AI could have used it a lot better.
Attack
I love the heat
failed.
haze and the steam and stuff that comes off hot robots as well. This gives the cataphract a second chance at shooting it in the head. How bad is the head armor? It hasn't taken a hit there yet.
Reporting.
Let's just get you to move up. Might dash him
As you
above with you
wish.
next turn. Okay, and why not? Doesn't give anything other than revealing him and
Reporting.
gets you to evasive, but why not? This is the last time the cataphract can shoot this game. Looks like he's standing on Pride Rock, look. Actually, just go for the center torso.
Locking on target.
Yay. Well, I apologize for that.
You mess with me and you die.
I was really expecting a much
No more
harder game.
AC-10 ammo.
But as you can see, custom mechs are ridiculous because they're so focused. I've got some more custom mechs that I've made. I've got things like a Splat Cat, which is a catapult with SRM6s. Somebody's asked for an Atlas with 2 AC-20s. I'm going to counter that and build him a Boom Cat, which is a catapult with 2 AC-20s instead. Which was in the early days of the Mech War Online beta. There was a guy who was incredibly good at headshotting with it. So we'll bring that back to life. Might give I've also brought back the LRM-20 catapult, because the one in the beta is the LRM-15 version. We might chuck that into the next game. But like I say, I'm kind of looking forward to the beta patch a lot. I played this version of the game a huge amount at this point. Not that I'm not burnt out or anything, but I think we might get some more interesting videos when it comes along, and I'm really keen to try that thing I was talking about with bringing in custom pilots and then like leveling them up over a course of games. And I can do the same with the enemy. I can give them some slightly lower skill pilots so they're not outclassing us by too much. But to be completely honest, I think I might just give the enemy pilots with all 9 for all stats, just to try and make them somewhat of a challenge. But yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the cool comments you guys have been giving me as well. It's nice to get all that feedback, both on Reddit and in the videos. Those are the best 2 places to get hold of me, really. I don't have a Twitter account or anything. But yeah, cheers, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!